We have 3 Sorcerer PvP builds today, a Frozen Orb max mana build, an Electrocute Yahtzee Stun Bot build, and an Incinerate build. After looking through the alpha footage a little bit more, I'm seeing that the time to kill is higher than I really initially thought. That makes me want to focus a little bit more on the Sorcerer, and that's why I have these builds, so let's go check them out. I'll provide links to all of these builds, but I just want to go at a high level for each of these builds and go with the idea, the theme of each of them. So this first one is the PvP Frozen Orb build, and it has 2 main themes. The first one is surviving, so we have Unstoppable and Immunity skills, and the second one is dealing damage with Frozen Orb at max mana. So we have things like the Elementalist aspect and the Edgemasters aspect. These increase the damage when cast at max mana, so it's going to take some restraint, some discipline. We're going to cast Frozen Orbs at max mana. Additionally, it uses the Avalanche key passive. This is a lucky hit proc, so we care about lucky hit in this build, but this will consume no mana when we cast Frozen Orb, and it will do bonus damage. Additionally, we're using the aspect of Frozen Memories so that when Avalanche procs, we get an extra cast of Frozen Orb. So ideally, we'll have like 3 back-to-back Frozen Orbs at max mana, taking advantage of the other max resource benefits. We have the Snow-Veiled aspects that Ice Armor becomes unstoppable, so now we have 4 ways to get out of CC. Flame Shield immunity, Ice Armor unstoppable, Deep Freeze immunity, and Teleport unstoppable. The goal of this is to create distance with your target. You're going to have Barbarians, Druids, and Rogues chasing you, trying to CC you. You're going to get out of that CC, run away, and throw Frozen Orbs behind you, maybe freeze them. Additionally, Ice Blades will be used on cooldown. It reduces cooldowns. When you use cooldowns, it creates more Ice Blades. The flywheel effect goes on and on. A couple of things to point out in the skill tree. Protection, we're going to be using cooldowns, so we're going to be creating barriers. We also have aspects that synergize with barriers. Precision Magic gives us Lucky Hit. We care about Lucky Hit mostly for our key passive Avalanche. And then we're obviously going to take any abilities that scale with Cold Damage, Chill, and Freeze. I think this build is going to be kind of straightforward, but it might be very effective. Having 4 Unstoppables, 2 of them are immunities, that sounds really good to me. The next build is the Electrocute build. I call it the Yahtzee build. It's just a meme. It's a meme build. But the goal is to stun the target. That's it. We want to stun the target and deal damage. So let's take the aspect of control, 30 to 40 to stun targets. Let's take the aspect of retribution, 20 to 40 to stun targets. And then if we can get this unique, after using teleport, close enemies are pulled in and stunned for 2 to 3 seconds. So we're going to be stunning them. We're going to take this teleport enchantment so that evade is now a short range teleport. And then on our boots, we're going to get the +1 evade charge. Maybe there's +2 evade charges. And then we have teleport baseline. So we're always going to be just teleporting on people's heads, getting out of CC at the same time, then stunning them. I want to go over into the tree and just say why this works. So every time you stun an enemy, you deal 45% lightning damage to them. So we're going to be stunning them a lot. And then more than I've already mentioned, the enchantment for Arc Lash, whenever you use a cooldown, enemies around you are stunned for a half a second. But they're stunned, so they are going to eat the damage from Shocking Impact. Moreover, the Convulsions passive has a lucky hit chance to stun. And then we're taking Veer's Mastery, however you pronounce this, the key passive. This just deals damage to close enemies, and they deal less damage to you. It's fine, whatever. Then Unstable Currents, this is just for fun, and I'm very curious. So if I cast a basic skill and it uses a random core conjuration or mastery shock skill, is that going to stun them because it's using a cooldown? Does that count? I don't know. If it does, that'll be amazing. Charge Bolts, I think, might be better than Chain Lightning. I'm not sure. Arc Lash for spams when you're using Unstable Currents. These are just to get you out of CC and to survive, and then Teleport is both to survive and to stun the target. But I think it'll just be really fun to spam stuns, and they just keep buzzing until they're electrocuted. This final build might not work, but if you get the Flame Scar unique wand drop, I think it's worth checking this one out. This increases damage to burning enemies, has a chance to apply a burn, ranks up Incinerate, and makes Incinerate shoot out embers for bonus damage. So the build revolves around a full channel of Incinerate doing max DPS in that little window. We have our normal utility skills of Flame Shield, Ice Armor, and Teleport, and we have Ice Blades with the Ice Blades enchantment to cycle cooldowns and apply the Protection passive skill for barriers. We also have Lucky Hit chance, and we're using the Combustion key passive. So your burning effects deal 2% increasing damage per unique source, and if you get 3 or more, that's doubled, which we should have 3 or more. Back to the skills, we can see Inferno. Now, the reason I think Inferno might be really good in PvP is because it allows you to control the area. You can stand in Inferno or on one side of Inferno and do a full channel of Incinerate to get out the full potential damage. Additionally, if somebody isn't ready for it and they get pulled in and they can't get out with an Unstoppable, they're just going to melt. So this build is mostly about keeping max range, trying to get a full channel of Incinerate, using Inferno to zone the enemy, and then using these utilities to survive, to get out of CC and to kite. Not much else to say about this one. So overall, I think the Frozen Ore build shows the most promise, and I'll be starting with that one. I think in the right hands, that one's just going to crush. The Stun build, it might just be OP, it might be funny, it might be a meme. It might randomly kill people or not, I don't know, but that one's going to be fun to try too. And then, if Flamescar drops, Incinerate, ooh, that could be good too. I don't know, they all sound good to me. There's also a Conjuration build out there that has no spenders, so there's another one even there that I didn't even show. But it's in one of my past videos, so just look through those. Now that the time to kill is a little higher, I think healing's more important. I think CC is actually not that important. People can survive, there's lots of Unstoppables or aspects to get out of CC. Basically, if Barbarians and Druids can't survive forever, then I think Sorcerer is going to be the best PvP class. Because Rogues won't be able to take them down, and Sorcerers will be able to take down the tanks. It might just, maybe it'll be a rock, paper, scissors, we'll have to see, but for now, Sorcerer is my front runner.